determined team. Harrison wins it for Ohio!
What's really good, y'all? Thanks for tuning back into the show. I'm just gonna jump right into it this week. Got a couple things I want to talk about, but first, I need to talk about something different on kind of a personal note. So pretty much everybody knows that Kyle Harrison just retired from pro lacrosse, and it's obviously a really big deal to a lot of people because Jordan-esque athletes don't really come along very often in any sport. And by that I mean athletes that shift not only the game itself, but the growth and the perception of it off the field or the court too. And some impact can't be measured. It can only be felt. I mean, as a young black lacrosse player that didn't have another black lacrosse teammate until I was a sophomore in college, I can't even begin to explain how important a guy like Kyle Harrison was to me growing up. Being able to see myself and someone like him on TV was essential for me. Trust me, when you're the only brother out there, you are very well aware of that for all kinds of reasons that I don't have time to get into right now. Clearly, there's other black players to acknowledge from that same era in their own right. Guys like Johnny Christmas, Chaz Woodson, Damian Davis, Billy Day. But K-18 stuck out to me in particular as a kid because I too was a midfielder that wanted to be good at pretty much everything from end line to end line, regardless of scenario, not just with the ball in my stick. Seeing someone do all that as the only black player on a national powerhouse team in an overwhelmingly white sport didn't just give me hope, it gave me permission to pursue that and envision that same success for myself. And as you can probably imagine, it also made me a Hopkins fan for life. Kyle is a pretty influential athlete to pretty much everybody that plays lacrosse, period. But trust me when I say, it hits a little different for us. I only had one player's poster on my wall growing up, and I've only been starstruck precisely one time in my life. Guess when that was? So Sensei, if you're watching this, congratulations on an incredible pro career. Thank you for everything that you've contributed to this sport, and thank you for giving me a little bit of a reason to love this sport so uniquely. Okay, with that being said, let me get off my soapbox. I can make an entire episode about that, but we got other things to talk about. I want to get talking about these awards, so let's just move on. So the PLL is going to be doing their end of season awards soon. There's a lot of awards to give out and a lot of very deserving candidates for those awards, but I don't want to blab about it all day, so I've narrowed it down to just the hot 2 awards that I think everybody's going to argue over in the Instagram comments anyway. For the sake of brevity, we're just going to talk about League MVP and Rookie of the Year. If we get into the weeds and I start predicting the winners of all these awards, I'm going to get so many things wrong and I'll never live it down. So we ain't going to do all that. Okay, so let's start with Rookie of the Year. There's only 3 candidates.
Let's meet our candidates.
Rafus, TD, and Jeff T. I think they got the 3 candidates right. I mean, there's a lot of rookies that had really great impacts for their team, like Ethan Walker, Colin Squires, obviously Jake Caraway, Ryan Terefenko, but I think the 3 they have it narrowed down to are pretty correct. Look, man, I still can't believe that Stephen Rafus, a multi-year starting attackman upstate at Syracuse, was running with the first mids from week 1 with the Cannons and never lost his spot. Y'all do understand how competitive spots in this league are, right? I mean, he could have fumbled that at any time. They could have given Andrew Q some of his runs, or even Trimboli, the natural midfielder that he played with at Syracuse. Like, they could have gone to the player pool or traded for a natural mid. Anything could have happened. But nah, none of that. This man switched positions as a rookie and still had as many points as Zed Williams and Kieran McCardle while shooting 45% on the season. That's a coin flip every time he shoots. I don't know, man. I've just been wilding out about this dude's success all season long. I'll be real, I don't think he's going to win it just because the Cannons were the last team in and lost in the quarterfinals, but let the record show that I am very, very impressed.
So impressed.
And then we got TD. Everybody knew exactly what it was when this man got drafted. He was supposed to be the whip snake killer, but he got hurt, so we gotta wait till next season and see how that plays out. That boy came in the league, got right to work, did exactly what he did at Albany/Yale/Denver. Dominate. TD came in second only to Trevor Baptiste in pretty much every relevant category for his position. Face-off wins, face-off percentage, ground balls amongst his peers, all that. Think about who that puts him in front of. If TD doesn't get hurt down the stretch and the Woods actually beat the Whips and move on to the semifinals, I think a lot of people are caving a lot harder for TD to win Rookie of the Year over who most people think is going to win it. That's right, Jeff T. Other than his name, I don't really have a whole lot to say because, I mean, come on, we've all seen this dude play, right? I got to beat a dead horse to make a point right now? My man finished the season with 32 points, right next to Lyle Thompson himself and second only to Grant Amen, both of whom are in contention for league MVP this year. It would be borderline disingenuous to say that Jeff T doesn't deserve to get Rookie of the Year this year after being one of the main reasons Atlas got the 2 seed after 2 underwhelming seasons.
Very underwhelming.
Okay, now for the award that's got everybody arguing in the Instagram comments. League MVP. The Jim Brown MVP award has 5 finalists. Teat, Ament, Lyle, Zach Currier, and Blaze Reardon. I don't think anyone can actually argue that any of these guys don't deserve to be finalists, but to some people, including kind of myself, it kind of looks like there's a 6'5", 260-pound hole missing from this picture. Y'all know exactly who I'm talking about.
Yes, We do.
That man is tied for second in the league in points with Jeff Teat and Lyle Thompson. He's the highest scoring midfielder in the league, and he's doing it on assists. Miles Jones has 17 dimes on a team where Rob Pennell had 16. I'm tired of people saying this man is just a big body. Please put some respect on this man's skills. The only issue with saying that he absolutely should be in the discussion is, who do you take out? The reigning goalie of the year, Zach Currier, because he has less points? That's not gonna hold up in court, and I will tell you why. Zach Currier might only have 22 points on the season, but he also has, okay, are you ready for this? 51 ground balls.
That's a lot.
Which is an absolutely obscene number. If you take out the face-off athletes in the equation, the people with the next most ground balls on the list are Joel White and Brody Merrill, both tied with 40. You heard me right, folks. Zach Currier, a two-way midfielder with 22 points on the season, has 11 more ground balls than not just one, but two world-class poles. And his team is in first place, partly because of that. So yes, Diamond gets paid, but 51 ground balls? That's tough to argue with, man. Miles Jones has 14, so let me put my Joe Keegan hat on for a second.
Got your hat.
The Dogs are shooting 28% as a team, so if we assume that each of Courier's 51 ground balls eventually results in a shot on goal, Courier could add as many as 14 goals to the total offense.
You were incredible at math.
So for the sake of discussion, let's just give Zach Currier all 14 of those points, and now he ends up with 36 points in the season instead of 22. But if you do the same math for Miles Jones and the Woods offense, Miles adds as many as 4 goals to the total offense, bringing his point total to 36, just like Currier. So what do you do? I'm sure there's a way to actually calculate goals added by ground balls, but I'm not the analytics guy, so go ahead and do me a favor. Go ahead and flood Joe Keegan's mentions on Twitter and ask him. Sorry, Joe. Anyways, if I had to call a league MVP, it's got to be out of the guys that are still playing at this point in the season, which means Amen and Lyle are both out despite being, who they are. So yeah, that just leaves Teat, Currier, and Blaze. So do you give it to the freak bucket getter, the ultimate midfielder, or the goalie that keeps bringing his team back from the dead?
Wow, this is tough.
Obviously a tough decision. I don't really think there's a right or wrong answer at this point. So go ahead and comment down below who you think is going to win league MVP, and go ahead and argue about it all you want. So yeah, that's really all I got. Make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss more uploads from TLN, and I'll catch y'all next time.